Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the rider career as Patrick McDonald is looking to get to the top step of the rostrum once again in Mugello. So here we are in Italy on this fabulous Mugello circuit. Fast flowing. Basically is made up of a bunch of chicanes, so. But what fast chicanes, what undulation as well. On the circuit, and of course, this high speed start finish straight. Building towards 180 miles per hour, maybe go over it. And you approach your first corner. 181. You broke a bit early into the first corner, but you're going uphill now, so you can get on the power early if you get the bike into that corner. The first of many chicanes into the left and right. As you take a nice tight line, try and get a good exit. Once again, fighting the rear. And another left to right chicane. If you get loads of curve on the left and on the right. Exit a bit tighter than you think though. And now the first right left chicane, and it's downhill, a fabulous couple of corners. That means you can carry speed, but you may understeer right through the middle of it. Then we've got a fast right and above the hill and rising to the top of it. It's nicely done from McDonald. He's not really gone right anywhere. Now you're going to the right left chicane. And he has gone right into that right. So easy to do that. Very common to do that. And now you go over the rise, and just before you dip down, got to brake a bit like Phillip Island into another right hander. Not as tight as that hairpin. There's a very long right hander. And finally, the fast chicane, left to right. Got it a bit wrong, McDonald. And now we head into the final corner, the left-hander, which goes on forever. Just like that right. Once again, you're going downhill. Pick a point. And nail the throttle. McDonald will be riding towards the line, hoping to do a 153, is that? No, 154 it looks like. 54.8. Decent that time, but maybe he needs to be a bit faster. And no, he won't on the second lap. Tried to brake downshift too much through the gears, and that just caused the front to fold. And so McDonald ends up on the fourth row, just outside the top 10 by 31,000 of a second behind his first suitor runner in Danny Kent, alongside Luca Marini in his home race on the fourth row. As on the third row, got Zabi, then Shirotta again in a very good qualifying for the German, and Baldassari in his home race. And then we've got Nakagami, Oliveira, and Luti on the second row. But on the front row, we've got Alex Marquez, who beats a couple of Italians in Morbidelli and Passini to the pole, even though he's got the same lap time as his teammate. Then on the fifth row, Quartaro, Agata, and Bagnaia, sixth row, Ponce in Finale, seventh row, Simon, Navarro, and there's Sandro Cortese ahead of Raffin, Corsi, and Gardner. That speed up's been looking good in Corsi's hands in the last couple of races. Should be going for points once again with Binder, Hernandez, and Edgar Pons, Nakashima, Pauli, and Bassani. And on the last row is Locatelli and Manzi in their home rounds, and Ika right at the back. So what can Patrick McDonald do? Can he win again? As this is a track where we expect McDonald to run very strongly in the race, much better than that qualifying effort where you saw he's hitting apex and not carrying too much speed through the corners. I'm sure Green still, as he is showing there, will do much better in the race, just like you saw last time out in France. He got better as the race went on these medium tyres, his elbow to elbow with his teammate. Hopefully you do that at the start as you look at the back row of the grid. So I'll revving up the engine, wait for the lights to appear and go out for this 6-lap race. Fantastic jump for McDonald. He's already alongside his teammate and ahead of him as they head towards the first corner. And it looks like Nakagami had a poor start. It's going into the first corner. McDonald braking a bit early on the outside. Now he's trying to duck to the inside. It looks like Oliveira holds him off though. So McDonald slips into 7th for Baldassari. Great first corner for the Italian. Slips into the top 5. We've got Quarto ahead. Nakagami. Here goes McDonald down the inside of Baldassari, leaving the door open. Was the Italian, and top 5 for McDonald right behind Morbidelli. It's all about as I gives McDonald a bit of a tap. He did that in France as well, didn't he? Must be his good luck charm this race. Oh, bad luck as he drops behind Oliveira to sit, but we know the Portuguese rider will get stronger as the race goes on that KTM, just like McDonald was in the last round. Well, perhaps he started too late, the charge. If you started that a bit earlier, got past Bagnaia a bit earlier, you never know. He was right up there in the end. But as you can see, he's right up here in Mugello. So this is what he's going to... What is his plan going to be for the next couple of laps? Is he just going to ride here behind Marquez as Bassini gets past Luti for second and Morbidelli in fourth? Or will he charge? Got to think about tyre wear, of course, round here. Tyres should not be as bad wear as you've seen in previous races in the first third of the season. He goes through the fast chicane very cautiously on this opening lap. At least he's going to be in the slipstream if he gets this final corner right. That's all he's aiming for, isn't it? It's like Bassini going for the lead in his home race. And the veteran does it as we cross the line for the first time in Mugello. And we've got Marquez and Bassini side by side. We've got Luti and Morbidelli battling as well. McDonald all by himself. But he does have Oliveira behind. Oh, and here comes the KTM trying to do a dive down the inside. McDonald did the fast lap that open at 59.4. And Oliveira pushing McDonald over the place. But takes the place into the left-hander. McDonald over the place with the rear tyre again, just spinning up with those first chicanes. As he drops the seat, and you see a bit of a gap to the top 5 as well. There's Remy Gardner's down, the Australian, from 23rd. So Tech 3's point total all rest on the shoulders of Xavi once again. He never really fails to deliver, does the Spaniard. As here goes McDonald into the second half of that way. He's much stronger than the first half. And see right on the tail of Oliveira. Got a fantastic run, got in even into the back. The Portuguese rider. He's got Marini and Shirota battling for 8th behind. And now we've got Marquez and Lutiers, and it looks like Morbidelli's elevated himself ahead of his teammate into second. And McDonald getting slightly held up now by Oliveira on this second lap. Maybe he's seen that the top two are getting away slightly, and Marquez is holding up this pack on this second lap. And so he wants to get with the top two. Let's see who can do that. He's going to take a wide line, and it's like edging into the final corner, and he makes it tight for the apex. He got on the power nice as Luti holds up Oliveira into the top 5 McDonald. And he's got a very good slipstream on the Swiss veteran in front to go on to the third lap. The Swiss veteran's also got a good slipstream off Morbidelli. McDonald breaks very late. Not Morbidelli, it's Marquez, isn't it? Already getting them up, VDS riders confused. As Morbidelli takes the lead from Bassini in the first corner. And here goes McDonald down the inside of Luti, not quite. And so that rear tyre starting to get worn slightly. As Oliveira pushes McDonald wide. Very unceremonious from the Portuguese rider. McDonald just forces his way by into the right-hander. Now they've dropped some time to the top 4. Now he's going to have to spend the rest of that making up thanks to that from Oliveira. Normally so good. Portuguese riders. Look at McDonald taking so much curb. He launches into Marquez as Luti gets held up. And now into chicane. Into the right. Taking a nut down the inside of Luti. These two bashing elbows again. We've seen there's quite a few races so far this season. Here comes McDonald forcing his way by into the right-hander. Trying to hold off from Luti. He's going to have the inside lane into the left. And it pays off. So now we've got Morbidelli, Marquez and Bassini in front. Let's see if McDonald can get some slipstream off the young Spaniard, the younger brother of Mark. He's now making a name for himself in Moto2, the former Moto3 champion. As it's side by side as we go into the second half of the race for the race lead. Looks like Bassini just holding on from Morbidelli. Here goes McDonald in the slipstream of Marquez. And looks like Luti behind has got some slipstream as well of the Suter. And Oliveira gets into 5th. So everyone is pairing off on this lap in it. So we've got Morbidelli, Bassini, we've got Marquez, McDonald. And we've got Luti, Oliveira. So takes a look into the right hander. Marquez holding it round the outside. Looks like he's got better braking into the left hander. So in the second half of races, this is when McDonald really does come alive. And these medium tyres, as they're up to temperature, brakes up to temperature. He's getting into the zone as well. And he's got into 3rd place as well, onto the podium. Now can he chase the top 2 down? Is the Suter rider attacking a bit earlier than he did in the Mons? Is he timing it right this time though? Looks like at the moment, as he got Morbidelli ahead, Bassini, but just ahead of the Italian. Let's see if he's pushed too hard in the first half of this race. Going for that home lead. Getting the crowd on their feet. But it cost him in the second half of the race with tyre wear. He's always looking very good at the moment on this 4th lap. He's going to the final sector of it. And through the chicane. He's getting a good run on the Italian veteran. In his category, or there or thereabouts, for a decade now. Almost a decade. Oh, but McDonald's down on the curb and he's taken out Bassini. As they get going again, he's down in 6th. He's got Baldassarri in front. So from chasing Morbidelli for the victory, McDonald has cost himself around 4 seconds on that lap. He's 1.3 behind Baldassarri. He's got Bassini right on his tail. He goes towards the first corner. He's outbraked himself. Obviously doesn't want to be taken out by the Italian, I'm guessing, into that corner. But now he's got to push like a hell in these last couple of laps to get even a podium. Let's see what can happen. He's got Marini behind in 8th. McDonald pushing too hard. Look at this, out the groove in all of these apexes. Needs to be right in the tail of Bassini heading into the final sector, but he's not going to be doing it going wide everywhere. That's just when he was pushing. Takes too much curb. And takes out the home favourite. Will McDonald be able to escape Mugello in one piece as he's trying to go down the inside? He's burying Bassini. The last lap. It's working though, he's up to 6th. He's got Baldassarri in front. Now if he clips Baldassarri, he definitely won't get out of here. Will McDonald have to be airlifted out or something. Emergency evacuation in the chopper for him. So there goes Bassini into the right hander. Forces McDonald ride. Oh, and he's get taken out by Bassini again. Just goes down the inside and Bassini takes him out. And now he got the Tech 3. Trying to push McDonald wide. He's just getting bullied on this last couple of laps. First he does it to Bassini and then he gets his payback. As he gone to the final lap in 9th. He should be winning this race, McDonald. But just getting involved. As he defends from a group from a back. And look at that, we got Surin ahead of Quartararo for 11th. We've got Nakagami in the top 10. The tyres, still got lots of it. Got 2 seconds in front to Marini though. As he's really pushing on, you can see the rear tyre getting all over the place. Just trying to get on the power, trying to brake deep. Trying to hit every apex. Again, the rear tyre when he's braking, just getting out of place. And there's Nakagami right in his arse. As he go into the second half of the lap, he's lost almost half a second to Marini without breaking himself there. Taking too much curb. He's a bit ragged, McDonald. As he goes into the right, into the left. Once again, taking way too much curb. But you got to clip the curves around it, not smash them like McDonald has been doing. And at the halfway mark, he looked like he was in a good spot. But then he runs into Piscini, not once but twice. That's Oliveira. We told you the KTM's good in the second half of the race. Has he taken the win here ahead of Morbidelli? It's going on to the front stretch. It is. Oliveira wins. As McDonald pushing like a hell in this final lap. Can't quite make it up the order. And an extremely disappointing ninth. Just like the Circuit of the Americas. If he's not going to be in a championship battle at the end of the season, he'll look back at this first third and look at those missed chances for victories. As it is Oliveira wins by 2/3 of a tenth of a second. Incredibly close. As he does the fastest lap as well. Then we got Marquez in third, Luti fourth, Baldassarri fifth, Piscini in sixth. We've got a rival for McDonald. Bagnaia in seventh, Marini in eighth. Look at all those Italians in the top 8, 5 of them. There's McDonald in an extremely poor ninth. Then we've got Nakagami 10th, Sorin 11th, Zawi 12th, Quartararo 13th, Axel Pons 14th, Brad Binder grabbing the final point. Head of Corsi by over a second. Akata down in 17th, don't often see that from the Swiss veteran. Looking further back, there's Cortese in 25th, Charossa in 19th. So McDonald's still the best from his team by a country mile. Still the best suitor as well. Look at all those Calyxes in the top 10. The only non-Calyx to finish in the top 10, but still should have been better with Pauli at the back. So in the championship, Morbidelli leads Oliveira by 5 points, with Marquez just 10 points behind his teammate. Very close between the top 3, but look at that gap to McDonald and Luti, who are tied on 68 points behind. 55 points of Morbidelli, 45 of Marquez. That is quite a mountain to climb for the Moto3 champion if he wants to challenge for the Moto2 championship in his rookie season. Then we've got Piscini in 6th. I'm sure McDonald and him will be speaking after the race for a few weeks, or maybe not. We've got Baldassarri in 7th, Bagnaia 8th, Nakagami in 9th, and Savi ran out of top 10 ahead of Marino's, jumped ahead of Quartararo. And then we've got Sorin ahead of Corsi and Shirota. And there's Brad Binder with his first point of the season, up to 20th ahead of Remy Gardner, with Savio Simon up to 22nd ahead of Isaac Vinales. There's 21 riders scored so far this season, around 2/3 or almost 2/3 of the field. That's pretty good going, with Locatelli up to 31st ahead of Pauli. As in the constructors standings, a 17-point lead for Calyx over KTM. Very close between the constructors, with Suter 42 points ahead of Tech 3 and 43 behind KTM in kind of no man's land, with Speed Up in 5th with 9 points. So not a good weekend for Patrick McDonald, as where does he go? Can he actually move up to MotoGP, where he can join the Avintia team alongside Baz and Barbera? Then he's got Espargaro and Bradley Smith for KTM, and for Mark VDS he can go alongside Rabat and Jack Miller. But I think he's staying in Moto2. So does he move up a team, or does he stay on the Suter? As that's 80% team performance. Could he step up to Luti? He's got to step up, hasn't he? You can see that championship going. If he wants to win the championship, he's got to step up to another team. And I think he's got to step up alongside the veteran, alongside the guy he's been battling hard with, the guy he's tied with points with in the championship. So next time, Patrick McDonald will be making his debut for the Intel-Written machine. Can he make it a winning debut and jump ahead of Luti in the championship standings? His new teammate. Find out next time. Sam Fortune, I'll see you then.